Hi guys, welcome back to the third installment of Ivan the Monster. Where we left off last time, we
There's an intruder here! Kill them!
talking about how
I have reports of an intruder in the lair!
how on the
Kill
world
them!
map, the best places to earn money in the early game, and this also goes into the late game too. These areas tend to be the most concentrated with wealth. But yeah, so we're back. We're gonna finish up rescuing some officers. I've got some computer consoles going in over here. Computer consoles give you intel. It's important to have them. Also, you can get intel from capturing people and interrogating them. A little later on in the game, you'll get a brainwasher. That's when it can become a little more fun to capture people. You capture soldiers and brainwash them. They become your minions. It's one of those things that adds a little flavor to the game. You know, it's like, oh, you were the forces of justice before, and now you work for me. Ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying. And with Ivan, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of brainwashing. Not so much I did with Emma. I didn't really enjoy the Emma's gameplay that much, but to each their own. Because the thing is they say that she's more stealth, more of like a stealthy evil genius that gives bonuses to your deception minions, but the reality is generally speaking, you don't ever really keep the forces of justice out of your base. I mean, they almost always come in here. I'm sure if I wanted to, barricade stuff off and make the big path for them to walk through before they could enter into my main base, I could do that with the casino, make them always hitting all of the baccarat tables and the blackjack and the roulette and all this and that, making them hit each one along the way, and that would reduce the resolve. However, I don't want something looking like some stupid-ass fucking mess to abuse the game mechanics, so to speak. And abusing the AI pathing. At least not when it comes to, out here. I will abuse the AI pathing, which is what I'm doing right here. It could be technically considered that. Since I have two cameras facing down the hall, any enemies coming through here tagged, get discovered, boom, guards go out and kill them. When you wind up starting to build a trap hallway, having a winding hallway that has multiple ways for them to walk down and stuff like that, but it's no quick route to your main base, that's always good. But on that note, you always want like a secondary entrance into your base, so that way your minions aren't always running down the hallway that has all the traps. Because if the forces of justice pop off on one of the traps or whatever, they will also take damage if they're in the way of that trap too. And later on, you'll get a beehive. The beehive is probably one of my favorite traps. Part of the reason why is because you get another trap called a paywall, which is impassable, even by super agents. They all have to pay money to get past it. Well, the beehive, it saps the resolve of anybody it hits, right? And once resolve drops to 0, the enemies will leave the area, right? And leave the base. Now, if you have paywalls that they had to walk through all the way down until they hit the beehives, right? You wind up in a situation where they hit all the beehives, they lose all the resolve, and they have to walk back through all the paywalls again and pay you more money to leave the base. And then if you have any damaging stuff at the end, they'll wind up getting killed by that, and then obviously, you don't have to worry about them figuring anything out. It's just one of those things where you can abuse the mechanics and make a bunch of stupid-ass money doing so. Alright, so we've got all those.
Optional objective complete.
So we'll send out on the world stage to go and get one of our dudes. Send out workers to gather more money. Okay, so here's the first super right there. Now, if I want, I can lure him to the base. You don't get any reward from it. It's something you'll do later on to dispose of him permanently. But if I go over here and do any of these, he will show up at my base. So, right now, think of this area in lockdown until he fucking leaves. And the two worst ones to deal with of the super agents is Agent X, which is found in America, because he just shows up anywhere inside your base, and Symmetra, because she always shows up in the vault, and will steal your gold and other looted items and shit like that. So it's important to get rid of those two first. So once you have the option to start taking care of them, it's pretty important. Like, it's just one of those things, you know, you need to, you just need to do, basically.
My minions are holding.
You could.
What? We could.
So here it wants me to build intensive care pods, which is fine. I can always use more. I'll get rid of them after the quest is done, though. So.
A scheme has succeeded. You're running out of gold. Maybe rob a bank?
So this one's going to lock down unless I get 10,000 gold to pay that. There's usually only ever 4 or 5 schemes in an area at once, and once you do one, they will pop off to the next.
A scheme has succeeded.
There's an intruder here! Kill them! I want that intruder dead if you find them. An intruder is in the left.
Threat identified. Stand by for elimination. Awaiting command. Multitasking. Your henchman is in combat. You're running out of gold. Need patching. Do you have a command? Affirmative. Your henchman is in combat. Deleting. Defensive protocols online. Initiating virus scan. Task complete.
I'll eliminate that intruder.
Your minions are in combat. Task complete. Threat identified. Stand by for elimination.
And one big thing you want to realize is don't upgrade your stuff too fast here. Main reason why is that they start costing you the next level of minion. So as you go here, once you upgrade to the second one, it'll start costing you guards, valets, science minions. Then it'll take your mercenaries, your biochemists, and your spin doctors or socialites, and so on and so forth, until you reach number 4, which will take the top tier of your minion types. So keep that in mind as you start to expand. Keep it low first off until you start to actually need to upgrade it to level 2 due to story missions or quests or whatever it might be. What in the hell is this?
Find that intruder and kill them! Minions, seek and destroy this intruder!
But yeah, so basically, as you're apparently doing this quest, you're getting swarmed and trying to get the Fountain of Youth. One other thing I did notice on my first playthrough is as you complete the main story, the things that you can do in the optional stories for the side loot and stuff like that, some things will become unavailable at some point. So just understand that, you know, as you progress into the game, other things start to unlock and other things that were unlocked will go away. So if you want to try and do a whole collection of all of the stealable things, progress the story into the next chapter, steal everything that you can. Once you've stolen everything, then progress into the next chapter. One thing I want to give you some information about as to hiring new henchmen. New henchmen will only be recruitable once you enter into the next chapter, in the same way that loot is also. So if you complete one of these storyline quests, you can wind up in a situation where the henchman is just loosely associated with you, will walk around in your base and stuff and fight people that you have tagged, but they've only got like 100 health, and they don't do any damage, and you have no control over them, all that kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind as you play this game.
Your vaults are empty.
And this jerk-off still hasn't left here either. I'm not going to do a thing until he does.
activated. Your hedge purging unwanted fires.
So here, I'm actually going to train some more guards. We'll go 20. So, and we'll reduce that obviously as we unlock the new guard types. But right now, I want to go with 20 guards. And each one of these seats 8 guards, so I'm going to have to expand a little bit, and then I'm going to also have to put out 2 new pistol stations. So expand to there. And I guess we might as well expand the infirmary too while we're at it. Okay, then there. So if each one of these holds 8, we now have 20. So 8,
You're running out of gold.
16,
Maybe spend less or
24.
steal more.
And then we'll build 2 more of those.
The scheme has succeeded.
Alright, so here we're going to wait until we have 10,000 to research that. Yeah, 15,000 and 20,000 versus 50,000 for 35 minutes. I mean, totally not worth it. Yeah, so 10,000 for 3 minutes, and then 50,000 for 35.
Command processor online. I require energy boost. scheme has succeeded. Research has begun. You're running out of gold. A new criminal network has been established.
So now we just gotta wait for 25,000 gold so we can do this. After that research gets done, we'll be researching level 2 for the outposts here. The reason why is because we'll need level 2 to be able to do this find clues one over here.
The scheme has succeeded.
And I'm going to make a video that's touching on pretty much all of the subjects up to this point now. Everything that by this point in mid-game that aren't necessarily told, but are important aspects of the game. So that's what the hope is. Is in the next, a couple days or something like that. I should be far enough in here that I can tell you, all of the extra tips that you would need, and other things that, aren't necessarily instructed by the game for you to do, but are an important aspect of how the gameplay unfolds for you. So
A scheme has succeeded.
So that's in lockdown again. So why not, right? He sat there through 2 lockdowns now. It's pretty ridiculous, to tell you the truth.
Your vaults are almost full. Your vaults are full.
Alright, now that my vaults are full,
Research has been paused.
we need... spend some money here. So... what are we gonna do here? Here's going to be my new inner sanctum. And then I'll have the vault attached to it here. And yes, I'm going to have an exceptionally large vault, and there's a reason for this. However, I'm not going to fully fill out this with these gold pallets, and the main reason why is because once you start getting the upgraded versions of these and stuff, these become pretty obsolete pretty quickly, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to sell all of them and stuff. It's just one of those things, you know. Door here. Switch that over. And we want to put that right there. And so, part of the reason why I do this is that when you deal with Symmetra or other rogues and stuff, rogues are looking to get money, and they're also looking to get anything you've stolen from the world map. And I generally like to have all the stuff I've stolen up in the boss's office. By doing so, you know, rogues have to come into the boss's office to fucking get the shit. And as they do, if you have them tagged or anything, later on in the game, like I said, you'll be able to use tags for areas. People will get automatically tagged as they enter into those areas. So you'll have this set to kill and this set to kill, and if your evil genius is here, and you've got a security camera there, and you've got henchmen here, rogues that will come in here that are marked will just get wound up and get killed. So... give me just a second here. Change some things. Is that not the right spot? Come on. yourself situated and I'll cover you up. There you go. My dog's a pretty little princess. She demands to be covered up and have pillows and all that fun, stupid stuff. Here, take that up here. That there. Alright.
Not enough gold to complete this construction. Your votes are almost full. Your votes are almost full. Your votes.
I want that he through the dead if you find them.
Your votes are full. Your votes are almost full. Your votes are full. Your votes are almost full.
Find that Etruger and kill them.
It's okay, baby. So here I'm holding up the main story because I want to just make sure that I get all of the items I can at this level before I advance the main story. And I do that, you know, it's just one of those things that's important to do, because if you don't, you wind up in a situation where you might not be able to get all the loot items or whatever, so...
Something is wrong with either means or the training room, boss.
Hold on, man. You lay down. Alright. You get your spot. You know you're protecting the house. You're such a good boy. Such a good boy. So good. It's alright. What in the hell is going on here with all these investigators?
There is Etruger to be found. Kill them.
Your minions are in combat.
And one thing of note is that if you just tag one of them, and I didn't learn this until this playthrough, just tagging one of them is sufficient because generally they'll stick near each other, and if you get in combat with one of them, they'll all get in combat. And so long as something's in combat, for example, let's say soldiers are coming in shooting people, if the camera picks it up that the soldiers are shooting people, your guards will still react without without you having selected them for execution.
Research has been paused.
here, what I'm gonna do, take that, and fill that up. Because then we finish up this room here, and then this whole area will be chaining for right now.
You're running out of gold. Maybe steal some from the water.
We're going to actually sell that. Part of the reason why we're going to do that is because if the forces of justice come in here, I don't mind them coming in here because there's nothing really for them to take any pictures of. It's once they get into here or over here, that's when they start to become, I don't want to say a problem, but that's when they start taking their pictures and do all their bullshit.
There's an intruder here! Kill them!
Your minions are in combat. You're running out of gold. Maybe spend less or steal more.
Nope. Don't have any jobs going on here. So one thing of note is when you see these little radio broadcast towers blipping, it means that they don't have any jobs being performed at these. So always keep that on notice. So that way, as sometimes there's, you know, a lot of stuff going on. Like you might have a bunch of them, or like 4 or 5 of them, but you've got everything unlocked here. So it might take a minute or whatever to take a look. But this just eases it a little bit by notifying you that that's ready to have Scheme launched at it. And this asshole's still over here.
You've run out of gold. Your scientists have made a breakthrough.
Alright, so now I gotta wait for 20,000.
An intruder is in the lair! Kill them!
Oh, another thing of note, it is always important to have enough of these desks in here to support all of the guards that you have, because they won't react to these security cameras unless they're at a desk.
Your minions are in combat. You're running out of gold. Maybe rob a bank?
Minions, seek and destroy this intruder!
Termination program activated.
And another reason why I removed this door here is that it leaves an area where if there's any combat in that little partition there, everybody in here will react to it also, because sound does travel. So as they hear combat, these guys will actually, the ones that are sleeping, all of the workers and soldiers will actually get up and go in here and fight too. So it's one of those things. So right now we're just waiting around for it to give us some money here.
A scheme has succeeded.
We'll just be staring at this for a second here. Nope. Got investigators just wandering through my shit.
I want that.
Threat identified. Stand by for elimination. A scheme has succeeded.
And you're probably thinking, why so early on I want to build this large vault? It's because I want to remember exactly what I'm going to do. And once this large vault gets done, I'm actually going to build another science lab over here, and probably a power generation area, or some beds. Probably some beds over here for those science minions and stuff, and like a little rec area and shit like that. So that way they don't have to traverse the stairs up and down. And I feel the same way, generally speaking, about each level. If you have anything where workers or training or work gets done, it's important to have on those levels their own kitchen, recreation, and archive, because those are things that will help boost their morale and keep their smarts up so that they'll be the most efficient that they can. It's important to do that just primarily because it's like an ease of access kind of way of going about it. Apparently it's going to be a little while before I get all that money because I've got this shit going. That's okay. Once this is all done,
A scheme has succeeded.
should absolutely be ready to go.
Yeah. On my way. Do it. Do it now. Not
And we'll activate this so that way they'll come over here and get this stuff done first and finish off this room rather than focusing on that room. It's just one of those things, you know. Don't forget to collect your extra awards, because then we can do this. Bang.
Research has begun.
Well, and I think this is where I'm going to leave it off for now, gentlemen and ladies, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoyed the video, and, you know, hopefully some of these tips and stuff have helped you yourself with some of the things that need to be done. Alright? Well, have a great rest of your night, guys. Bye.